Wish me luck. Hey, guys.
What?
Do you know what would be super fun to do on this Sunday?
What?
If we could maybe, like, go for a little ride and maybe, like, if you guys would be okay with it, we could, like, we could go check the ice thickness.
That's gonna cost you.
That's gonna cost me what? I'm never gonna financially recover from this. $11 inches right here. Whirlpool. Here's the situation. It is Monday and I'm out fishing, which only means one thing. I didn't go to work today. So even if we don't catch anything, it's a good day. I got out on the ice at 5 and I'm just now set up. I had to change over some tackles and I did put the live scope in, check the depth. We walked out. By we, I mean you guys and me, because I'm flying solo today. I did drag the kids over to check the ice yesterday, and it was all water on top of the ice. I didn't want to take the four-wheeler of a snowmobile, even though there was plenty of ice, just because a lot of times when you're pulling your jet sled with a snowmobile or a four-wheeler, if there's water, you're just going to soak all your stuff. So being bare ice, I knew it was going to be an easy walk. I'm probably about a quarter mile off the boat launch. I got 4 traps in the water, and I did bring the live scope to do some jigging today. I went straight line with the traps today, and I went 1 foot off bottom, 1 foot under the ice, 1 foot off bottom, 1 foot under the ice. So we will see what happens, and we will see what we can get. There's lake trout in here, there's salmon, there's bass, there's pickerel, there's perch. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, if I catch one more yellow perch, I'm changing the name of this channel to 207 Perch Slayer or something. It's getting ridiculous. I don't get frustrated fishing too often, but if I see another yellow perch, unless it's a absolute monster jumbo, I'm not gonna be impressed. So really going after salmon and lake trout today. It's gonna be a nice day. It's supposed to get into the 40s. I'm fully expecting this kind of crust on top of the ice to melt and turn mostly to water. It was kind of, yesterday it was over the top of my boot right here. when I walked out to check the ice. We're sitting on about 12-ish inches of ice right here and roughly 115 feet of water. So we got those couple traps down deep for the Lakers and a couple traps up high for the salmon. We'll see if anything bites and we'll adjust throughout the day. So right now I'm gonna get some more holes drilled for this live scope, maybe make something warm to drink and wait for my alarms to go off. Get our first flag, and my alarm's not going off. Straight down, not spinning. Come on, give me a little spin. There is burbot in here, and this was on bottom. Feels like something. Didn't take very much line. This could be a burbot. If it is, it's a small one, but it'd be cool to catch for the first time this year. Feeling a little heavier as it gets closer to the hole. Again, this looks like a lot of line, but this was on bottom. It's a small Laker, very small. So, little guy, first one of the day here. Ten inches. I'd like to see something a tad bigger. So it's the right species. Felt good not to catch a perch. Yeah, like I said on the walk over, I relocated. The live scope wasn't really picking up my lure in 120 feet of water, so I moved over there. I'm about 60 feet. I can see it a little bit better. I get this back down on bottom here and try to figure out why that alarm didn't go off. The flag was kind of going back and forth when I looked over, so it had just gone up. We'll get something back in the water here. I'm using smelt today, no shiners. Sun has come out. 8 o'clock, right on the dot. So let's see if we can get that back in the water and get something a little bit bigger. Maybe his dad. Not gonna lie to you guys, I was just thinking about getting a snack. So I guess my theory is when I get hungry, the fish get hungry. Ariane does not like me going fishing without any food, so she made me some banana bread. But she doesn't make it in the bread form. She makes it in the muffin form, which is way easier to eat. Is equally as delicious. And I brought almost all of them, so take a walk back here. I fixed the alarm. That one I didn't turn on, that's why it didn't go off. It's a weird concept. But I'm gonna start shedding some layers here. It's getting warm. Keep messing around on this live scope. See if we can get another one. Doesn't feel huge, but oh, it's getting bigger. Oh, it's getting a lot bigger, guys. There's my elastic. This was on bottom. This is getting a lot bigger. I think it's swimming at me. Wonder if this one's gonna have 2 smelts in its mouth. Again, we're in over 100 feet of water. That's why there's so much line. It did take out quite a bit too. It's a lot nicer one. A lot nicer. $18. $18-incher right there. Very strong fish. Got a picture for the app. He's off. I needed that. With the bad ice, I mean, we're walking late February, early March. You should be on snowmobiles right now. Should be at work right now. So we're catching a lot of perch, pickerel. Ariane caught that awesome brown. The kids got out, they got some perch, which at that age, all they care about is flags, right? G got out, she got her first fish. Ariane got her first fish this year. She's been on 3 trips. We all did our first derby. That was awesome. So with all the positive and the negative, I'll be honest with you, with the work that goes into the editing and the money I've spent on just all the gear and everything to entertain you guys, I know that it's not massive. I know a lot of you would consider that tiny, but I needed that for a moral victory. So now I can finally send Mark a picture. Mark is my boss, and he's noticed how everybody else catches the big fish. So I'm gonna send that to him right now and rub that right in his face. Now I need to go get a hook, and I need to get a couple bait, and I need to get these back in the water. So let's go. All right, so for those of you guys sticking with me and paying attention, the furthest trap out was on bottom. This trap we just caught, the 18-inch Laker, was 1 feet under the ice. Then we were on bottom with the third, 1 foot under the ice with the fourth. Why that is important is because, if you guys go back a little bit, we just moved this trap to 1 foot off bottom. So we never would have caught that if we didn't adjust our setup. I got 2 flags on that third one, which was on bottom. We got a fish on one, and the other one, we didn't get a fish on it. So when I checked the bait, I decided to move this one down. You got to adapt, and you got to move your stuff around, and you got to take chances. So that one would have still been sitting, you know, 1 foot under the ice, and maybe we would have got a salmon or something. But maybes and what did happen, 2 completely different things. So I got to get a hook on this and get it back in the water. I got to get an alarm on the flag that we put closest to shore, and hopefully we keep hammering them right now. All right, so we have all 5 lines back in the water. Got our hooks on, rebaited. We're back in action. I do want to remind you guys, I know it seems silly. I've done it before. I've seen other people do it. But if you have to break the line, just remember, after you put your hook on, you need to slide your sinkers up. And if you break off the same line a couple times, you might have to start thinking about redoing your leader. You should have, I usually do 6 to 8 feet of leader. If you break off a couple times, then obviously you have to retie your knot, cut off the tail. You do that 2 or 3 times, you're starting to get a little bit short on your leader. So don't always thinking about it. You're trying to get the bait back in the hole and get back to fishing, or you have another flag up or whatever, but just don't forget to slide them up the amount that you cut off, so you're still not scaring the fish with those. And right now I have 2 sinkers on each because they're just taking too long. I think you can buy the big egg sinkers. I might have to look into that for these deeper waters. But yeah, we're starting to get some water on top of the ice here, and starting to hear the ice cracking and melting a little bit, and I see a ton of water puddles. I'm gonna start walking out at about 2:15 to 2:30. That way I can be back in time to grab G from daycare and tell the fish stories. Pictures to prove it. But I'm gonna go throw one of my blue tips alarm up on this one that we set up last over here by shore. I didn't put one on there, so I'm gonna get one on there, and maybe I can actually eat, or we can keep catching fish. I'll take that too. Time to go back to work. 3rd flag. This is the one we caught the 18-incher on. It's also the one we moved from the 1 foot under the ice to 1 foot off bottom. So let's see if we can beat 18 inches. What we need is the reel to be spinning. When the reel wasn't spinning over here very good, it was a small one and one that took the bait. I don't know if you guys can see that water on the ice is starting to pool up. Spinning. It's another good one, guys. I have a big knot in my line, but it'll be worth it. Not even to my elastic yet. Just took some line. Another big one, fat one. The damage this thing just did to my line, 100% worth it. Come on, dude. 19. Right there, guys. Another good look at them. 19 inches. 19 on the dot, fat. Healthy, eating good. Back with his friends. Let's go. We have ourselves a mess. Let's get this picked up. I don't know. We might be cutting some line here. This is how you know you got a good one. If that would have broke off at the hole and left me with that rat's nest, that would have sucked. Let's get this picked up, get it back in the water. 19 inches. March fishing. T-shirt weather, am I right? Makes me a little bit nervous. I'm a quarter mile in, but it's 12 inches ice. But I'm fully expecting this top layer crust to be a top layer of water here pretty soon. I can see it over there. So that 19 inch, that was the biggest laker that I've caught. It was nice and fat too. It made a complete mess of my line. I'll show you guys that. The wind was blowing a little bit and the fish changed directions about 3 times, so I had it all around the hole. And then I got 2 flags on my last trap. Tell you right now, when you pull up 100 feet of line and it was no fish, didn't take the bait, put it back down, flag went back up, pulled it back up 100 feet, and took my bait, put a bait back on, send it back down. So I think there's something small messing with it, but when you're pulling 100 feet of line up every time, you want to be rewarded. And a good reward for me is 18 and 19 inch lake trout. So hopefully we can keep getting that. We have about another hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes of fishing. And then we're gonna truck it back to shore and go get G. And I might have to ground her just because she's making me get her from daycare and I'm cutting my nice day short. So we'll have to talk about some consequences for her. She might be picking up dog poop because Tucker doesn't do it. But all in all, I'm just happy to get out. I honestly almost went and worked a half a day today. Just because I didn't think I'd get out here, but on a whim yesterday I said I'm gonna take a ride out. It's a 2-hour round trip, so the kids went with me, as you saw. They were happy to do it with a little bribing, and glad I came out today. Like I said, I needed this. I needed a win after the last few trips I've had. So this might be the last trip out. I mean, warm week. They're saying possible double-digit inches of snow next weekend. So they're saying it's gonna be Sunday. I don't know. I don't want to be on any ice right now with snow on it where I can't see. You know, when you can't see stuff like this, this is plenty safe to walk on, but I still want to know it's there. And if I can't see that, I don't know how safe I'd feel going out. But if it stays ice until at least Saturday, I mean, I might come back here. But again, I'd have to drive out and check the ice. I'd probably just bring my stuff with me, check it, and then if it was good, I'd come out. A lot of people are fishing that cove right by the boat launch, so I don't have to walk out this far. And try to squeeze one more out. I'd like to. Just when you have a day like this, you get frustrated. You know, last week, halfway through the week, I was kind of picking stuff up and organizing the garage and taking care of some stuff I knew I wouldn't use. And I wanted to get you guys on an overnight this year, and that didn't happen. But I don't know. Days like today, makes you mad that it's going away. I don't want to even camp. I want nothing to do with the camper right now. I want to keep catching fish. But it's coming to an end, unfortunately. So I've been watching the Facebook pages, and even up north, they're saying the ice is crap. I don't even want to drive, 2-3 hours to northern Maine, go to the county or something just to get there and only be able to go out 100 feet or something. So I don't know. We'll take the good days as they come. We'll forget about the bad days of yellow perch and Ariane catching bigger fish than me. And our last trap is up again. That way. I don't see my elastic, so it took more line than it did last time. But it's not spinning. Come on, give me a little bit. Give me a run. Oh, we got a spin going. We got it. A little weight to it. Didn't take much line. It's getting a little heavier. Good head shakes. Good head shakes. Feels a lot like the 18 and 19 inch one I just got. Actually, Feels a little smaller. Not 10-inch small. Maybe. Oh. Guys, I could do this all day. I could catch these all day long. Not bad. $17. Come on. That's strong though, guys. 17 inches. All right, guys, get in on this picture. You smile? All right, guys, I've said it before. I've told you guys this several times. Find a way to mark your depth. You can put buttons on your line. You can tie elastics. You can tie a slip knot. I don't like that because when the line's freezing up, your hands are cold, whatever the case, there's gonna be a knot eventually, it doesn't slip. So I know of people that use weed whacker string. Do something, because all day today I've been able to put my bait back down to the same level. I've been able to know which traps I'm getting the fish on, so where to set the other traps. My third trap out right there started the day off 1 foot under the ice, and I've caught 2 of the biggest fish today on that trap since I lowered it to where the other trap was getting hit. Super important. I used to just wing it, guys. I used to throw a couple just under, throw a couple halfway down, but when that fish grabs it and it takes out a bunch of line, like that knotted mess I had, you want to know right where to put it. You want to put it back in the same spot. You want to know where the fish are, where they are in the water column. Once you get that figured out, you set the rest of your traps. If you want to keep going for that same species, it's very important. So do it. Just do it. Guys, I don't want to be negative, but this trap right here, this could be the last trap of the 2024 season, unless we can get on the ice in December, the end of the year. All the other 4 are picked up. This was the lucky trap. I left it for last. It's gonna be a lot longer walk out, so I'm heading out a little bit early. It's 1:50. I was gonna leave at like 2:15, but it is slushy. So, guess I'll let you guys pick this last trap up with me. I will say at the end of the year, love the jack traps. I always take my elastics off, throw those in my pocket. I know it's no different than losing a rubber worm, but don't need to leave them on the ice for anything. Don't want to be negative on such a nice day. We caught a ton of fish, nice fish, good quality. They were all healthy, all released safely, but this could be it. Looking at the weather for next week, it's a lot of rain, a lot of warm weather. There's a very small chance I go next Saturday, but who knows. I don't reel the reel like a pole, because it doesn't reel up as tight. That's why I do it this way. That's why my finger feels like it has a cut on it right now. Little rope burn. Got my finger. This luring pack basket was the other thing I bought with the traps. Definitely a good choice. There it is. If this is it, that was a hell of a day to end on. I like ending on a good day, but at the same time, it makes me want to keep coming back. Maybe what we needed was a cold, windy day with no fish to end on. Oh man. We are off the water, quite literally water. I don't know how good you guys could see that, but the edges by the boat launch, that went all the heck today. I mean, there was four-wheelers and snowmobiles on that yesterday, and we had a large open spot today. So sad to say, I think I'm gonna ride into the sunset for this year on a good day, and I think we are going to call it quits on ice fishing for this year. So I'll work this week on getting all this stuff taken care of correctly and getting everything put away for the summer. Not too sad though. We got, you know, hiking trips, kayaking trips, maybe some kayaking, fishing. We got camping. We already have 4 trips paid for and ready to go, and all kinds of other adventures. So I do want to do more hiking. I do know some people reached out last year. We went on a couple hiking trips. We went to Moxie Falls a couple times, once with snow on the ground and once in the spring. And they reached out to me about how they are unable to hike, and it was something they like to do in their younger years, and they said that they really enjoyed it. So we enjoy it. It's not easy making a video interesting when you're just hiking up a mountain, but if people like it, I'll continue to do it, and we enjoy it, and we enjoy bringing you guys along. So I'm gonna go home, get this stuff taken care of, get this video out for you guys, but a little bit sad. This is Dustin signing off for the 2024 ice fishing season. We'll see you on the next adventure.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Wait a minute, work hard for the car, so that's why it's all tinted. Wait a minute, had a real late night, woke up with my head spinning out Nashville. It's been mad real, I need sunglasses, I need Advil, and my cash real. I like first place, you're in last deal. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
Look, pocket rocket in my pocket.